Mr. Coleman, talk about today's event. It's very significant, and people are being recognized. This is really a big deal.
It's bigger than most people think. You know, these are peers that we played with, played against, and finally being recognized along with HBCUs. It doesn't get any better than this. I mean, to have an organization like this, to have the NFL, have the Atlanta Falcons and other partners to come alongside what Doug and James Harris started was an idea, and thinking that players from HBCU schools should be recognized, and that was years and years ago. And now you look at it, these are the best of the best. And not only are these men in the Black College Hall of Fame, but the majority of them are in the National Football League Hall of Fame. So what does that tell you? You know, it sends a message, it sets a precedence that HBCU schools, small or large, wherever they are, if you're good enough, and I had a coach at FAMU, Pop Kettles, told me, he said, baby, if you're good enough, they'll find a place for you. And I said, Pop, what do you mean? He said, you know, we're here in Tallahassee on the highest hill. He said, but baby, if you do what you're supposed to do and you're good enough, they'll find a place for you. And like so many other of my peers, they found a place in the Black College Football Hall of Fame. It's like the African American Museum that was built in Washington with all of the artifacts and all of the history. When people go to Washington, they see all of the other museums and all of the other monuments. There's a place now for black folk and our kids and our grandkids, our history, our stories can be told. Moving to Canton, when you think about football, most people just think about the National Football League, but now the platform has been raised in HBCU schools. We now can tell our own story. Nobody can tell our story like us. Mama used to say it's a poor dog that can't wag his own tail. So we're wagging our tails.
How significant is this to someone who doesn't really understand our story, doesn't really understand football and what it's meant through the HBCU experience?
Well, I think it's just like anything else. If you look at history, American history, sometimes it's been shunned. It has not been talked about. It has not been taught. But it's up to us, those of us who have made those journeys, who've been part of the struggles. And a lot of kids now, you know, I'm still connected with the Vikings and part of that history, alumni and the broadcast team. But now we can tell a story, guys. It hasn't always been this way. The benefits and the notoriety and all of those things, there have been men that have come before you, and we all drank from wells that we did not dig. So if you see a turtle standing up in the forest by himself and say, man, I got here all by myself, he's lying. All of us needed help. And a lot of these men in this room helped me along the way. And I can go on calling their names: Harold Carmichael, Kenny Burroughs, Ken Riley, all of those men who taught us about what it would take to make it to the next level. So when we got that opportunity, it was like the Boy Scout motto, be prepared, and we were. And I'm so grateful in getting an opportunity to see a lot of these men that I haven't seen in years and years and years, just telling them, hey man, thank you. I appreciate it. And there's one right there, Harold Carmichael. You know, just thank you, thank you, thank you.